One of the main reasons why I got interested in architecture was because we moved around a lot when I was younger. So we moved from Togo to Congo to Angola, then eventually South Africa. So I was really interested in how spaces worked. And then I am currently working on a World Bank project called the New Redemption Hospital, which will actually be one of the biggest, or I think it's the biggest hospital in Liberia. And this was due to the aftermath of the Ebola crisis that took place in 2014. So we're currently designing that project and working on it, and it's a very interesting project to say the least. So that's where we're at in terms of work life.
So I think it's a challenge that we because it is a male-driven industry, it's a challenge that we face, but it's almost something that it's quite exciting when you get in that space and you show that you're just another person and you can do it just like any man or other woman. And it's exciting to be able to do these things and not focus on that as a male-driven industry and not focus as it as a negative. So you do go to meetings where there's only men in the room, and it's one of those things where it should be just another conversation. And I think in today's times we should be thinking of this as a standard thing, that women can do anything and do more. So I think I've never been brought up to be told that I can't, so I think I'm quite driven in the sense that it should be a normality and we should just continue.
So I've worked on a range of projects across my career. Predominantly the focus has been large urban regeneration projects with a strong social focus. It was very early in my career that I realized that architecture and urban design was about more than just a building, and that we needed to consider the in-between. And that's where my focus really moved to how do we create environments that are thriving for people, and how do we create places of meaning. Some of my most notable or most loved projects are the work that I've done through the JDA, the Noordgesig Social Cluster Project, the Rotunda Park Precinct Project. I enjoyed these and I highlight them because they represent ideas about co-creation and really amplifying the voice of the people through our projects.
It is tough being a woman in this industry. Men can be condescending. The people that you work with will also make you feel that way. The one thing that I learned is that after being in the industry for 7 years, I grew a lot of confidence. I learned about my work. I understand it now. And once you have that, once you know what you're doing and you become really great at that, nothing can stop you. Nothing can break you down. So when you're on a construction site and you're the only female in the room and people look at you like, what are you doing here? All you got to do is switch your brain on and tell them what you know, and you start gaining more respect. So you have to stand up for yourself, and it's all in here. It literally is. It's all in there, and that's what's going to keep you going.
So we have various partners that we have throughout SADC region and also into Ghana and Nigeria. So we do mostly work in Africa. I've worked on our IFC World Bank regional offices in Accra in Ghana, which we completed about 6 or 7 years ago. I've also worked on many hotel projects for the Legacy Group, which is our clients here on the Leonardo as well. The Wheatbaker Hotel in Lagos, the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra as well. And we've done various small projects for our partners in Botswana.
I mean, it's incredibly exciting. I think firstly, living in South Africa at this time in a creative industry is probably just, I mean, I've lived in the UK and had experiences of what it feels like to be in a more sort of established and developed country, and I would say it's actually creatively less exciting. You know, there's a lot less sort of tangible matter to get your hands into, and so I think being a young creative female in Joburg especially, but I would say South Africa as a whole, or Southern Africa, allows you a lot of space. There's a lot of space to figure out who you want to be. And I don't think that the rules, you know, I would say not even that long ago, interior design was a kind of, this is what you are. You do fabrics, and you do them in houses and you do it in this way. And I feel like that's not the truth anymore. I think we've really expanded our notions of how we can work and how we can really find our own voices. So I would say that if you have any inkling or desire to work as a designer in South Africa, you should follow it. It's incredibly rewarding, not without its challenges, which are huge, but I would say that being a designer isn't just about the work. You know, it really has shaped me as a person, and for that I feel very lucky. I think any industry that allows you to kind of engage socially and to be part of a sort of current experience and sort of get a sense of what's really happening in your city and to shape it in some way is a reward, you know. So yeah, absolutely.